Hey guys, it's me Chris again, and we are back at the workshop. Today we are finally going to finish this knife and this one as well. Those two knives need a sheath, and for this one we have to sand the grip because this is just rough shaped on the belt grinder, and we have to finish it up to roughly 400 or 600 grit by hand. And let's just get to it. Right, so now the scales are sanded up to 600 grit. We have to oil it with some linseed oil to get the really cool and glossy color from G10, because this red is going to really pop and shine in the end when it's oiled up, because now it's a little bit satin, but when it's oiled up it's going to look really nice. We have to unwrap the knife now, and then we'll start preparing for the Kydex sheath. So now the knife is free from any tape. We have to tape it now again for prepping for Kydex work, and after we made the sheath we are going to put an edge on it, clean everything up and oil the knife so we have a nice finished knife. It's not perfect. I'm not happy with the scales and the form. It doesn't feel super good. I should have used different techniques in shaping it, and like the form should have been different. I think that it would have been better, but this knife is a tryout, and now I know for the next time, alright, I have to change that and I have to change that. So this is just a prototype, but all in all I'm really happy how it looks with the satin finish on it, or the hand rubbed finish. I do really like that. So for this knife here I had to add a little piece because this notch, and if the Kydex goes over that and press in, you won't get the knife out, so you have to place an insert. I just took a scrap piece of G10 and ground it to shape, and I hope that it will work and the knife will go out really smoothly. Right, so here's my Kydex press. I built that today, sadly off camera because I didn't have the time, because my old one broke, and I'm already running my oven here. It's running around 170 to 180 degrees Celsius, and then we'll later do the pressing with the press. And I have some clamps here, and I haven't seen that a lot of people doing, but a friend of mine who is a Kydex maker, he makes professional Kydex for military and law enforcement. You can check him out at milegear.com. And he told me to heat up the knife a little bit and the foam as well, so you will have better performance or better print in the Kydex and better fit up, because the knife is really cool and the foam as well, and then the Kydex will cool down really fast and you have to work fast. And if the foam is a little bit warm and the knife as well, you will get better form and shape later. Right, so now the knife is in the press. It wasn't the best press I've done so far, because the top portion here is loose because the double-sided tape isn't sticking to it anymore. I have to put some new tape on it, and I hope it turns out really well. It stays in there now for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because the foam is also really warm. You could take it out earlier, but then you have the problem with the Kydex is still warm and then reforming to his old form, because when Kydex gets warm it will return to his old shape, and that is also a good thing, because if I mess now up this press, or the sheath, I can just put it back into the oven and redo it. That is the great thing about Kydex. So now we are going to work on the sheath or the holes and the eyelets. Normally I take my clips and use the measurements for that, but for those, or for this knife, I'm just going to place 4 or 5 eyelets, and that's going to be enough. The sheath is going to be more edge protector, then I'm going to carry that knife. Before you set your rivets or eyelets, take out the knife. I made this mistake and it's really hard then to get your knife out, so take it out before and then work from that. Alright, so the sheath is rough shaped in, so we have to do some hand sanding and some polishing later. And I took off the tape off the knife, and as you can see here, because we heated up the blade, the tape is stuck now to it, so we have to throw it into acetone and get rid of that. That is the only problem if you use masking tape instead of that thermo tape. The thermo tape is like super expensive. It's like 10 bucks per roll or so, and the other one is just $1. So I rather throw it in some acetone and clean it up later. The blade fits really snugly. Will still wear a little bit in, and I also try to roll over this edge here, so when you insert the knife, it's just a little bit easier, and you also have like a thumb press, so you can press against with thumb and get it easier out than just without it. So still, after the sanding and taking off all the burrs, it will be a little bit smoother, and also there's still some tape on it, but if that's gone, it's going to be really smooth, I guess, and it's going to be a really nice sheath. I'm really happy how that turned out. Right, so I've also rough shaped this sheath now off camera. I'm sorry that I couldn't record that much today, but I'm in a time rush. But this knife is also fitting really nicely and it doesn't fall out. Now I just have to sand the edges and then take them to my buffing wheel and make them all nice and shiny. But I'm really happy how the sheaths are turning out today. Put a rough edge on them, and then I will take them to my wicked edge and put a really nice edge on them. Right, so this is 1600 with the ceramic stones on the wicked edge. I think that is sharp enough. Right, so I'm done for today, and this knife is also done. It's 1600 grit on the ceramic. That is as high as I go. I think that's sharp enough. And I hope you liked the video today, and I did a lot of off camera because I didn't have the time to record, but I still hope you liked the video. If you do, leave a comment down below, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't. And if you don't like the video, also leave me a comment down below what you don't like so I can change that. That would really help me. And see you next time, guys.